What's up, everybody? It's your man's KJ the Great, dropping another edition of All Sports Media TV. But first, I want to say, I hope and pray everything is great your way. Now, let's get right into it. After last weekend's much anticipated bout between Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin, in which Gervonta Davis does what he does, he got the knockout. And now we must look to the future, as it is a very bright future for Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, he has stated in his career that he wants to be undisputed before he calls it quits. So we got some stiff competition out there with the other champions. So let's talk about the fight that has been said by promoter Bob Arum. They are in negotiations for between Gervonta Tank Davis, 3-division world champion, the current WBA lightweight world champion, and Vasily Lomachenko, the newly crowned IBF lightweight champion. 18 wins, 3 losses, no draws, 12 wins by way of knockout. Gervonta Tank Davis is now 30 wins, no losses, no draw, 28 wins by way of knockout. They both won their last fights by knockout. Spectacular. Lomachenko scored an 11th round TKO victory over the former unified champion as well, George Kambosos Jr. Prior to that, he lost a unanimous decision to Devin Haney. Lots and lots and lots of controversy over that loss. But, I thought Devin Haney squeaked it out by maybe a round or two, but that's another topic for another day. Old topic at that. Gervonta Tank Davis made his ring return after being out of the ring for a year, going through some things outside of the ring. Early on in this fight, he was putting pressure on from the gate. Frank Martin didn't necessarily have the power to keep Tank off of him, and he seized the moment and got that 8th round KO with a beautiful combination and followed it up with that massive left hand that he possesses. Now, with this fight, Bob Arum stated that, of course, like I said before, they're in negotiations, but both sides are being professional about this, because that was always one of those things where you would get, fighters like Tank who were associated with PBC and signed to Mayweather, all those other things. It was always hard to do negotiations, because one side will be unprofessional or wanting more or wanting this and that, and the other side will be trying to do whatever they were trying to do. So now Bob Arum did say both sides entered negotiations and are being professionals. That is a major, major step towards getting the massive fights at the lightweight and super lightweight junior welterweight division to be done, finally. So they're looking at possibly November, December, but November is what it's looking like. Late November, maybe November 23rd is what the target date they are shooting for right now. Nothing official, no confirmation, nothing released yet, but that's what they're looking for and targeting. I believe this is going to be a good fight, but I don't know where that it's gonna. You never know what you're gonna get when you got southpaw sometimes, or you might end up getting some predictable stuff like head clashes and just being out of position because there's not the usual guys that you fight. Now, you don't know what you're gonna get in the sense of Lomachenko, because in his biggest fights, he's lost his biggest fights: Orlando Salido, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, and there's no knock on him. He fought good and he won a lot of rounds in those fights, but maybe he stepped on the gas a little too late in all of those fights, which in turn, with this fight, he might try something different and step on the gas early, which is something that could possibly pose some problems for Tank Davis, because you guys know he's historically a slow starter. He'll lose 3, 4, 5 for the first round sometimes, but his power, ring IQ, just overall skill set takes over the match, the bout, halfway through and on down the rest of the way. So you never know what you're going to get. But what we did get from Tank in that last fight was he was quick on the gas with the pressure. So we might get that. That's what makes this fight that much more interesting. Now, years ago, Tank, he wanted to fight Lomachenko when he was signed to Mayweather Promotions, but Floyd Mayweather put the blocker on that. He said he didn't feel Tank was ready to face Lomachenko at that time. I believe Tank was 21 or 22 at that time. Lomachenko, he got that late start in the professional ranks because he like 400 plus amateur fights. So it was like a 2-time gold medalist. So his amateur experience is probably one of the greatest we've ever seen. But nonetheless, man, the fight is here. The fight is now. This is the fight that we've been wanting to see. We've been wanting to see Tank face the other top guys, and we wanted to see the other top guys fight the other top guys in this division because it is a great, historically great division with great fighters in the division. Tank Davis, of course, Stevenson, Devin Haney was there for a spell. Ryan Garcia was there for a spell. Lomachenko, De Los Santos, El Rayo, Pitbull Cruz, all these guys are in and around this division. So there's a lot of big, good, great fights that are pay-per-view worthy and ready to be made. So let me know what you guys think about this, man. Y'all think this fight is going to get done? Y'all think negotiations won't stall? Y'all think we're going to get this home run hitter of a pay-per-view? Let me know in the comments. Who you think might win this fight as well? Thank you, guys. Peace.